Gettysburg Address by Abraham Lincoln. 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth in this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty, and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation, or any nation, so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather to be dedicated here, to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Thank you.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do live after them. The good is oft interred with their bones, so let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus has told you Caesar was ambitious. If it was so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously has Caesar answered it. Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man. So are they all. All honorable men come I to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to be. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. He has brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When that the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept, ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. You all did see that on the Lupercal. I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he thrice refused. Was this ambition? Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure, he is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, but here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? O judgment, thou art fled to brutish beasts.
If by Rudyard Kipling. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give away to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truths you've spoken, twisted by names to make trapful fools, or watch the things you give your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can walk with crows and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much. If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
If you can't be a pie on the top of the hill, be a scrub in the valley. But be the best little scrub by the side of the rail. Be a bush, you can't be a tree. If you can't be a bush, then be a bit of the grass, and some highway happier make. If you can't be a muskie, then just be a bass, but the liveliest bass in the lake. We can't all be captains, we've got to be crew. There is something for all of us here. There's big work to do, and there's lesser to do. And the task you must do is veneer. If you can't be a highway, then just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. It isn't by size that you win or you fail. Be the best of whatever you are.
How do I love thee? Let me cultivate. I love thee to the depth, breadth, and height. My soul can lead when feeling out of sight. For the ends of being and ideal grace. I love thee to the level of everyday. Most quiet need by sun and candlelight. I love thee to the I love thee feelings as a men strive for rise. I love thee too purely as they turn from praise. I love thee with the passion put to use in my own grace, and with my childhood's face. I love thee with a love. I love thee with a love I seem to lose with lost sense. I love thee with the depth, the breath, smiles, tears, and it got shoes. I shall, but I love thee better after death.
Be the best of whatever you are by Don Les Malloch. If you can't be a pine on the top of the hill, be a scrub in the valley, but be the best little scrub by the side of the rail. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a bush, be a bit of the grass. If you and some highway happier make. If you can't be a muskie, then just be a bass, but the liveliest bass in the lake. We can't all be captains. We've got to be crew. There's something for all of us here. There's big work to do and there's leisure to do. And the task you must do is the near. If you can't be the highway, then just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. It isn't by size that you win or you fail. Be the best of whatever you are. Thank you.
Okay. Invictus. Out of the night that call me, like as a bit from pole to pole. I thank whatever gods may be, my unconquerable soul. In the veil catch of circumstance, I have not wind or bright loud. Under the lightning of shame, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of breaths and tears, gloom buds the hollow of the shade, and yet the midnight of the year shall find me unafraid. It matter not how straight gate, how sharp with punishment the scope. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Thank you.
Oh captain, my captain, band what with men. Oh captain, my captain, our fearful train is there. The ship has whether every rock the press resort is war. The port is near, the bell are here, all the people are sorted, whether every eyes, the stick in kneel, the vision green and dream. But oh heart, 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 oh pretty drawn of red, where the deck my captive lies, folly, cold and dead. Oh captive, my captive, raise up, hear the rain, raise up. For you the flat is float, for you bugle trains, for you booking and rain wraps. For you the scroll and corded, for you the corn, the swinging mass. Then anger finished turning. Here captive, dear father, these are beneath your head. It is some dream death on the decks. You had fallen cold and dead. My captive does not answer. His lips are cold and still. My father did not feel my arms. He has no plus nor weight. The ship is oaken and shame and soul. Its wogged, close and there. For the fearful tread, the virtual ship come in with object woe, as sought O corn and rings O bell. But it with moral threat. What the dead McCarthy lies, you folly coon and deck. Thank you.
Of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the frail clutch of circumstance, I have not wished nor cried aloud. Under the brightness of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears, rooms but the horror of the chance. Rooms but the horror of the chance, and yet the madness of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not. It matters not how the straight gate, how sharp the punishments of the score. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Out of the night that covered me, back as the peace from pole to pole, I thank whatever God may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fair course of circumstance, I have no wing nor high around. Under the bastioning of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this path of both and here, room but the honor of the shade, and yet the madness of the year. Find and shall find me unfair. It matters not how strange the gate, and how sharp with punishment the score. I am the captain of my fear. I am the master of my fear. I am the captain of my soul. Thank you.